Hi, and welcome to this week's Halloween edition of ETV News. I'm Brianna Rotanto.
And I'm Alexia Munez.
Connecticut State Police conducted a warrant roundup on Thursday, arresting several people who were wanted on outstanding warrants in the area. The following people were arrested as a result. Francis Lopez, 19, of Danielson, was arrested on burglary and 2 violation of probation charges. During Lopez's arrest, police said he ran from troopers and broke into a nearby house by forcing his way in. Troopers located him inside the house, where he assaulted a trooper. Lopez was arrested after a brief struggle and charged with assault of a police officer. He's being held on a total of $100,000 cash surety bond. Todd Kincaid, 45, of Danielson, was arrested for criminal trespass first degree. He's being held on a $5,000 non-surety bond. William Reyes, 70, and Deborah Reyes, 66, of Brooklyn, were arrested for cultivation of a controlled substance. They are both being held on $25,000 non-surety bonds. Chad Riley, 27, of Killingly, was arrested for failure to register as a sex offender. He is being held on a $50,000 bond. Lorelei, 48, of Danielson, was arrested for failure to appear in court. She is being held on a $1,000 bond. Joshua Rodriguez, 26, of Danielson, was arrested for failure to appear in court. He is being held on a $5,000 bond. Joshua Robinson, 28, of Killingly, was arrested for violation of probation. He is being held on a $40,000 cash surety bond. Lasonia Sharita, 38, of Danielson, was arrested for failure to appear in court. She is being held on a $5,000 bond.
A student and his friend were fatally shot at a university in Louisiana after an altercation that began in a dorm room and ended in a courtyard, authorities said on Wednesday. Lincoln Parish Sheriff spokesman Stephen Williams said detectives joined campus police investigating the double homicide Grambling State University after getting 911 calls starting at 12:04 a.m. The historical university in northern Louisiana has an enrollment of nearly 5,000 students. It was an altercation that started inside one of the dorm rooms and spilled out into the courtyard, Williams said. We're interviewing witnesses. Grambling State Media Relations Director Will Sutton told news outlets that one of the victims was Grambling senior Earl Andrews, and the other was Montequarius Caldwell. Both were 23 and from Farmville, Louisiana. The deadly shootings happened during the school's homecoming week. KSLA.com reports that Sutton said it was too early to say whether the homecoming events would be affected. And on top of this shooting, a Grambling State student was wounded last month in a separate shooting on the campus. Sutton told news outlets that a student let another person into a dorm and there was a fight that ended with a student being shot in the left arm on September 21st. No suspects have been named in any of the shootings.
The suspect in an attempted murder and home invasion over the weekend is dead, and Connecticut State Police detectives are investigating the police-involved shooting. The Norwich Police Department was involved in a search Tuesday for 25-year-old Brandon Uzilaco, a suspect in an attempted murder and home invasion on Quarter Road in Norwich on Saturday. Police said Uzilaco entered a home on Quarter Road Saturday with knives and possibly a handgun and stabbed a man inside several times. The victim suffered from life-threatening injuries and remains in investigative care. During the search for him, Uzilaco and Norwich police officers exchanged gunfire. Then Uzilaco ran off to be located several hours later in the area of 13 Prospect Street, and he was then pronounced dead at the scene. Detectives from the Eastern District Major Crime have assumed the investigation. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner will conduct an examination to determine the cause and manner of his death.
With the changes in the seasons, autumn is bringing major storms coming our way. In Connecticut, cities can expect 1 to 3 inches of rain throughout the state. This includes powerful winds, flash flooding, and along with severe thunderstorms. Try to stay indoors during these events, but if you can't, be sure to grab your umbrella, rain boots, and rain jacket because you will not want to get caught in this weather unprotected. Eastern Center for Internship and Career Development held a Career Prep Day on October 23rd, a few days before the career fair. ETV's own Zyra Hernandez was there with the story. Let's take a look.
Hello there, ETV News. This is Zyra Hernandez. I am here at Career Prep Day, where students get the best that they can with their resumes. Now, let's go inside and see what they have done.
At Career Prep Day, Eastern students were able to speak with professional career counselors and Eastern's alumni to have their resumes critiqued, developed, and practice their employer pitches and more. We spoke to Cliff Merritt, the director for the Center for Internships and Career Development, about how this event is helping Eastern students.
This is a prep day for students so they can be best informed for our internship career fair. We want to make sure that they have effective resumes, so when they are meeting with employers, they know what they're looking for, and we want them to also be able to navigate the career fair properly with their networking, they can reach those goals of finding an internship or a full-time job at the career fair.
Okay, so you would say that this is definitely benefiting the students.
This is definitely benefiting the students if they wanted to come in and learn something new to put on their resume, if they wanted to come in and learn something new in terms of what employers are looking for. We had employers and alumni here today to kind of give those tips that they need desperately so they are successful when going to these fairs, and also going beyond the fairs, thinking about, they're going to be meeting with employers in any setting, that they are prepared when making those connections.
Eastern student Juan Martis shared with us about his experience participating in Career Prep Day.
You just had your resume reviewed, and what did you think about the experience?
I felt like it was a very insightful experience. I got to learn a lot about what employers are looking for, so I feel that would be really important for aspiring graduates of Eastern to know exactly the keywords or the skills that are most appealing for employers. Would I recommend this? Definitely.
It seems like Career Prep Day has been a success, as you may see, and I wish everyone a good day. This has been Zyra at ETV News. Thank you.
Thank you, Zyra. Seems like it was a great event to get students prepared to meet future employers.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Joanne Givens in this week's editorial.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Hey Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi babe, how was school today?
Hi Dad, it was great.
Okay honey, I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Hello Eastern, I'm Juwan Givens with this week's editorial. Taylor Swift's new album's Reputation drops on November 10th, but select fans are getting the chance to hear it early. In keeping with what's become tradition of doing the most for her fans, Swift held an album listening secret session at her oceanfront mansion in Watch Hill, Rhode Island, with personally selected Swifties on Wednesday and Thursday night. I am proud to say I was one of them. Taylor does the most for her fans by lurking late nights and reblogging Swifties. She has the biggest heart. She made us cookies, brought us pizza, and even Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. We even got to hold her Grammys. I can't even thank you enough, Andrea Scott and Austin, who I couldn't say hi to because all the girls were drooling all over you. But Tay-Tay, if you see this, show him and tell him I said hi. All of you are such wonderful people and a great family, and Taylor Nation is such a hardworking team. Oh, and let's not forget Tree. I love you, Tree. This album will have you on your feet. Just wait. You're not ready for it. In the meantime, go buy Taylor Swift's new song, Gorgeous, which she is indeed, and watch the Ready for a music video now. Thank you so much Taylor, I love you. Thank you for joining me for this week's editorial. I'm Juwan Givens. See you next week, Eastern.
Thanks, Juwan. We'll be right back after these short messages.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
Finally, we found his assignment. He rushed through it. I wonder if he even learned anything.
I wasn't gonna get it right, so I just wanted to get back to playing my video game. At least I'm good at that.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Sacred Heart University, located in Fairfield, Connecticut, recently did a poll discussing Connecticut life. The poll conducted this month released that people like living in Connecticut except for the high cost of living and do not like the high taxes. Respondents with the poll said that taxes should be lowered. Comparing the cost of living in Connecticut to surrounding states, 78.6% said they believed it was higher to live here. Recently, the discussion of Connecticut's budget has been an intense battle.
Providence-based new music and multimedia concert ensemble Parallax brought its avant-garde flavor to Eastern Connecticut State University last week as part of the school's University Hours series. Conducted by Payman Frozenpour, the award-winning instrumental group performed on October 18th in the concert hall of the Fine Arts Instructional Center with 5 musicians in attendance: Orlando Chea, the flute; Lisa Goddard, the violin; Yoko Hongino, the piano; Kevin Price, the clarinet; and Nara Shabayan, the cello.
Matika Wilbur, an acclaimed photographer from the Tulalip and Swinomish tribes in Washington, will be speaking at Eastern's University Hour. The only Native American photographer and social documentarian to be welcomed into all of the Native American sovereign states. Wilbur will be encouraging listeners to become more aware of Indigenous tribes through photographic representation and direct narratives from Indigenous people. This University Hour will be held at 3 p.m. in the Student Center Theater on Wednesday, November 1st, and is free and open to the public.
Let's face it, it's hard to go to that morning class without your daily dose of coffee, especially for the commuters. That's why on Tuesday, October 31st, commuters will get a chance to grab some coffee and snacks at the Joe and Go event in the Student Center Cafe. Besides coffee, students will also be able to learn about Eastern's on-campus resources. Joe and Go will be in the Student Center Cafe from 9 to 11 a.m. and is free for all Eastern community students. So make sure to stop by and grab a coffee to make that morning class a little bit more bearable.
Cary Art Studio and Gallery will be hosting a paint night on November 11th. The event will take place in the Betty Tipton Room from 8 to 10. Join UROC in a night filled with fun, laughter, and paint as you and your friends enjoy this creative activity. The event is limited to 90 people, so make sure you are early if you want to participate.
Fight for Cause cancer fighters, survivors, and supporters came out in force on October 14th for the annual Relay of Life in Greater Windham, which has generated more than $78,000 in donations. Hosted at the sports complex in Eastern Connecticut State University, the event achieved its goal of raising money and commemorating lovers and caretakers. ETV's own Maggie Shaws took to the Student Center to see what students have planned for this Halloween weekend. Let's see what they had to say.
Hi, this is Maggie Shaws reporting for ETV in the Student Center to see what everyone is up to this Halloween. And if you can't tell, I'm a mouse. Duh.
I'm going to be a jewel for Blarney's Halloween costume to help feed my crippling nicotine addiction.
I think I'm going to go to Providence, meet new people, new scenery and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, it's a Halloween party. So I'm going to be Gabrielle Union.
Oh.
Yeah, because I love her. Mary Jane's my favorite.
I'm going to go to a costume party at my friend's house, and I'm going to dress up as Ricky Bobby from the hit movie Talladega Nights.
I don't really know what I'm going to be yet, but I'm going to be going to the bar with my roommates, so hopefully it should be a fun time.
Yeah, this upcoming Saturday, one of my friends is having a 21st birthday party, so I'll be headed to Mohegan Sun for Avalon, so I'm going to party it up.
I'm going to a bar with a couple of my roommates, and we're going to dress up as Indians, I think.
I don't really have any plans other than I got 8 grandchildren. So I'll be herding them because they're all between, one's 13, all the rest are between 8 and 5. And they're going to be anything from zombies to pirates to princesses, you name it. I'm out there, I guess, to keep them from getting lost, although they'll probably lead me around because after a while I get lost, even in my own neighborhood.
Clearly, there are some interesting plans. I hope everyone has a happy and safe Halloween. This has been Maggie Shaws reporting for ETV News.
Thank you, Maggie. Seems like it's going to be an eventful Halloween this year. We're going to take another quick break, but we'll be right back with Cameron Schultz and Zyra Hernandez and their sports update.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's the people. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi, and transgender, and Native American, and proud of it. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? Because love has no labels.
Welcome back to Eastern Sports. I'm Cameron Schultz.
And I'm Zyra Hernandez.
Last Tuesday, the men's soccer team faced off against Trinity College. In a tough loss to Trinity, freshman goalkeeper for the Warriors, Kyle Bout, proved to be a bright spot as Eastern dropped their 6th straight on the road, 2-1. Kyle Bout replaced junior goalie Ryan Murphy. In the second half, Bout had 8 saves and did not allow a goal. The Warriors faced off against UMass last, where they have been dominating LEC opponents for the past 3 years, except when it comes to Eastern. This game went the distance, sending the game into double overtime, resulting in a 0-0 tie. The Warriors had a glimpse of hope to make the LEC playoffs with the tie to UMass. Eastern hosts LaSalle College tonight for senior night.
And now for women's soccer. The women's soccer team faced off against UMass Boston last Friday. The Warriors in this one had 4 different players scoring in this game and eased a win over UMass 5-1. Junior Lisa Beadle for the Warriors had 2 goals and 1 assist. If there is one thing you can say about this team is they all contribute. There's not one player, they count all, and they're a complete team. Eastern last played Endicott College on Sunday, closing out the regular season. It was a battle in this one where the game went into overtime. The Warriors dropped this game to Endicott, sadly. Eastern ended the regular season and the LEC undefeated, though. That's great. This opponent for the semifinals is to be determined. The game will be on November 2nd. Hope to see you there.
The women's volleyball team faced off against Western Connecticut. With a win in this one, the Warriors have a strong chance to secure an LEC playoff home match. After winning 7 straight, the Warriors have been swept in LEC play by UMass Boston and Western in the last 2 outings. Freshman Altiria Long was a bright spot for Eastern with 7 kills. The Warriors next play Southern Maine on Saturday.
For field hockey, as good as the women's field hockey team is, they had a tall task at hand playing Keene, who is ranked number 9 nationally. The Warriors were playing great defense for a majority of the game, but then the last 8 minutes came and Keene scored 3 times to pull away a win of a 5-0 victory. Keene outshot Eastern 15-2. Eastern next visits Westfield State in the first round of the LEC tournament.
That's all for this week in Eastern Sports. I'm Cameron Schultz.
And I'm Zaire Hernandez. Until next week, Eastern.
That's it for this week's show. If you want to see more episodes, visit the ETV YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.